right, I'm going to go ahead and get started as people roll in here. If you've never seen me before, I'm Coin Ring Maker from coinringmaker.com. I make coins like these into rings like this. And I've got quite a few orders to work on today, so I'm just going to blast on through them. If you guys want to kind of look over my shoulder and watch me make some coin rings, I'm totally down for that. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And check out the store. The link is in my profile. You can also tap the gold chain at the bottom of the screen. Let's see here. These are the ones I've got orders for. We got a 67, 74, 71, and a 72. I also have a 1960 I have to work on. I'm going to start with 71 and 72 because they're size 6, so that's going to be pretty easy to blast through. So the first thing we got to do when we're making quarters into rings is punch a hole right in the middle of them, and it's really difficult to do that without proper tools. So I use this is called a Jason's Works auto centering punch. It's really cool. As you tighten down the threads, you can see it's kind of cone shaped on the inside, so it's going to auto center the coin in there. A fantastic tool. It's a little pricey, but I definitely think I've gotten my money's worth out of it. What's going on, man? How you been? Good morning. I got a 1/2-inch punch here. I'm just gonna hammer that on through. If you guys wouldn't mind just tapping the screen, lets TikTok know I'm doing a good job and that you enjoy my live. You lost it again? It is tiny. For anyone who's wondering, I recently made Arrow Sniper here a size 1 penny coin ring for him to try and shoot an arrow through, and it's been giving him a little bit of trouble. I'm happy to make you another one if you've lost it. Yeah, just shoot me a message where I need to send it, and I'll make you another one. Thing was tiny. Yeah, it's like the smallest coin ring I've ever made. So it's definitely a good challenge to try and see if I could do it. And then there's a challenge stacked on top of it where you're trying to shoot an arrow through it. And man, like, this guy can shoot arrows through stuff. Like, he's really impressive. I've seen him shoot an arrow through a straw. Like, he threw a straw up, and then, like, I think he spun around and then went through the straw. Is like, he does some cool shit. I'm very impressed. What's going on? Well, what we're doing right now is making quarters into rings. If anybody out there is interested in getting one, I do have a website link on my profile. Yeah, dude, you're good. Alright, so we've got the holes punched in the middle of these quarters, but you can see on the inside it's pretty rough, and it's actually quite sharp from where we punched that hole. So I'm going to use this is called a deburring tool, and I'm just going to cut away at the inside and make it nice and smooth. You can see it's got kind of a really curved, it's pretty sharp too, but it's on a swivel. It's a really, really good way to clean out something like this. I think this is mostly used for plumbers, but I think it's a fantastic tool for cleaning out the inside of punched coins. Now, this is kind of the slow boring part, so if you guys wouldn't mind tapping the screen for me, sending some likes my way. Currently got 222. I always think it's a bad sign if there's more people in the live than likes. So I figure I'd ask you guys to tap the screen a little bit. Send some love my way, you know? Do I have to sharpen it often? Actually, this would be really difficult to resharpen. So what I do is I just buy extra blades for it and just replace them every once in a while. And I recently did that. I did that like, I don't know, about a week ago. So this is a pretty fresh blade. But yeah, they do get dull, and you can just replace the blades. They're not very expensive. So usually when you buy a handle for it, it comes with spare blades. And then you can just get packs of spare blades for it if you like the handle you have. So what I'm doing is I'm making quarters into rings. For anyone who's interested, this is kind of what a finished one looks like. This one's 90% silver, so it does have a bit more of a shine to it. It's called a deburring tool, deburring. Yeah, that's what a finished one looks like. And this is what it looks like right now. 2,600 likes. That's much better. Thank you guys very much. If you'd like to check out some of my finished work and like what my store looks like, you can tap the gold chain at the bottom of the screen. It'll like keep you in TikTok, but it'll pull up my store website. It's actually pretty cool. So check that out. Try it out. Sorry, I gotta be a little salesy every once in a while. Most of the time I do like to just focus on making the rings, though. I really like making these. It's pretty fun. Yes, I have a 1/4 ounce gold American Eagle, but I can only make that so big. I think the max size might be like 7 or 8, because it's pretty tiny. So far, I just kind of collect it. Eventually, I would like to get some tools to melt this down and cast some stuff, but at this time, I don't have them. I just need like a crucible and a torch and some molds. Eventually, next year, 2023. So once you get into jewelry making, there's this just rabbit hole of like, oh, I need this tool, I need this tool, I need this tool. And, I mean, you can look around, you can see I've got tools scattered all over the place, but you can always use more. There's always more you could do. And jewelry tools are usually not super cheap either. And like, since this is a business now, I have to weigh like return on investment for all my tools. So I usually have to wait a bit before I can justify getting something new. And we're just folded our quarters using a doming block and a ball bearing. And I'm going to use this 17-degree die here and fold them just a little bit more. 17-degree cone. Got 3,200 likes on the live. Thank you guys very much for tapping the screen. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that follow button. If you want to see more coin ring making, I do it all the time. Very nice. Sometimes after that second fold, there can be a little bit of a wobble. There's not too much here. We'll go ahead and flatten it out while we can. You can see this one's got quite a bit more wobble on it. It'll actually wiggle by itself. Yeah, it's You want to make sure that's nice and flat. Low battery, no bueno. Alright, so the next part is to stretch out this cut edge. Usually I would use a ring stretcher, but for some reason with the Washington quarters, the ones that have the date at the bottom right here, when you put them on a ring stretcher and stretch them, it gets really wavy right here. It doesn't stay flat, so I've developed another technique to stretch that out. What we do is we get a really tiny die, and you put your ring right there, and you take your 17-degree cone and you stretch it like this. And that way it stretches even and the bottom of the ring stays nice and flat, and you don't end up with all that wobbliness. But before we stretch it, we want to make sure to sand this cut edge. You can see it's a little rough, and we want to make sure that's nice and smooth, because that's where most coin ring problems happen, is when the cut edge splits. I can show you an example of that. So this one wasn't sanded very well when I started stretching it, and it split because there was a crack on that edge. So we're going to go ahead and sand these. I just use a little nail file block. These seem to work really well. And we'll just make sure that's nice and smooth. Thank you guys for following. Whoop. And make sure to check out the store, coinringmaker.com. You can tap the gold chain at the bottom of the screen or the link in my profile. If you want to get a coin ring made by me, that's how you do it. $4,000 likes on the live. Very nice, very nice. What's going on, man? Good morning. How you been? Do I do gold coins? I currently have one in stock. It's a 1/4 ounce American Eagle. So if you go to my website, coinringmaker.com, and go into the coin rings category, after that it has everything sorted by what kind of metal it's made out of. You can tap on gold, and you can see what that looks like. Unfortunately, I can't make them very big because it's just a 1/4 ounce. But if I sell that one, I do plan on getting some maybe 1/2 ounce gold rounds. The copper can turn your finger kind of black or green. If you have a problem with that, I do recommend getting like 90% or fine silver. I also recommend putting clear fingernail polish on the inside of the copper. That seems to help reduce that effect. The problem with powder coating is, like, that can be, like, even worse for you. Like, there are some really toxic, like, not meant for everyday wear powder coating, like, stuff out there. And it's really sore, but it's hard to tell, like, what is safe and what isn't. And I don't want anybody to have, like, an adverse reaction to wear my jewelry. But, like, copper isn't really harmful. It just oxidizes and turns green. But with powder coating, like, there can be some pretty nasty stuff in that. Does that make sense? In the sewer system. Solid. Somebody flushed their stash. I don't know. You can tap the get a quote button on my profile, and from there, after you fill out that little survey, I can email you, and then you can show me those if you want. It's going pretty good. How you been doing, man? Man, you stay busy. I see you on here all the time, posting and going live. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Busy. Always busy. Hard-working man right there. He makes some very cool cool rings. If you want to follow another account, Freedom Rings right here. He makes some awesome stuff. Very impressive work. I always like seeing other ring makers here on TikTok, and I mean, he is at it. And his rings are nice too. Hardworking and good products. I appreciate it. Thank you. You can't beat a good recommendation. Here we got this one stretched out a little bit. Since these are going to be a size 6, I really don't have to stretch them super far. They're already a size 8, so I think we can jump right into reducing them. He make coin rings? No, he works mostly on like a lathe, and he like puts stuff into rings. So I've seen him do like fire hose and like uniform material. So like he can take like a personal item and like incorporate it into the jewelry. It's really cool, and they always come out looking really good. I've seen him do a lot of stuff, but I haven't seen him work on coins, so that's why he sends people to me. Because I do that. Defacing government property, sure, I guess. I like to think of it more as transforming. But as long as it's not fraudulent, it's not against the law. I do have a blog post about that on my website, coinringmaker.com. There's a button right at the top if you'd like to check it out. Not messing up. I don't know, man. I think you might like it. It's pretty fun. So here we're just slowly making this smaller and smaller. I'll flip it over. That's true. Mr. Rush is a good customer. So there we go. See if we can get it in frame here. So we're slowly just working it down, getting it smaller and smaller. Wonder what size it's at. Still a little above a size 7, so we gotta keep going. Trying to get it to a size 6. After that, we can probably go over here. Flip this one over. That'll be better. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you haven't hit that follow button yet, go ahead and hit that follow button. It'll be a cool thing to do. What's going on, Mr. Coin Hub? Man, everybody's dropping by today. All my friends. How you been doing this morning? Shane is not last. Everybody's in here. That's great. Hey man, if anybody wants some unsearched penny rolls, this is your guy right here. This guy goes through more coin rolls than I've seen a lot of people go through. He stays at it. I gave Whatnot a bit of a try. I did a couple shows on there. It's a little weird to sell jewelry. Like, you've definitely got it down, man. Like, I'm really impressed with how well you've taken advantage of that platform. Like, you're crushing it. But I have bought a bit more coins off there than I expected. Like, it's really easy to buy coins on Whatnot. You gotta be careful. So Can you request cross-posting your live? I usually don't, just because I don't know, it's hard for me to focus with that much going on. You can get your live. Oh, I see, like multiple categories. That's true. It's hard for me to sell coins. Like, I know I could, but like, they could be rings. So, like, it's tricky. I should probably just try it. But I do like it. Like, I like the platform. There's some good sellers on there. It's fun to use. And the referral program's pretty good as well. I just got to figure out how to, just get into it. And like, I don't know, last time I did a live on there, like 7 people showed up and none of them wanted to buy jewelry. So it was just like, well, like, there's like better things I could be doing with my time, I guess. Like, one show, the first show went really well, and the next 2 were kind of a bit dull. But I should try it again. But like, you've got a rhythm to it, man. Like, you know what's up. I'm impressed. Well, I appreciate your help getting me started on there, man. Because like you said, it is hard for new sellers. And like, there's stuff I wouldn't have probably figured out for a long time that you helped me figure out right at the get-go. So I do appreciate it. Trying to get this one to a size 6 here. Pretty close. Got 5,000 likes on this live. Thank you guys very much. This is what this one's looking like. Very nice. Looking pretty good. All right. We'll set these aside and get started on another one. Thank you. I think the 74 is like a size 10.5. I'm trying to double check what size this needs to be real quick. Give me just a sec. No, size 11. Let's do it. Nice. Looks like my phone is about to die, so I'm going to finish this one. Let my phone charged and probably hop back on here later today. If you'd like to watch that live, make sure to hit the follow button. If anybody out there has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you want to check out my store, you can tap the gold chain at the bottom of the screen. And thanks for watching, guys. It's been a very good live. Appreciate you coming and hanging out. go. Right at size 11. Perfect. Well, there are our close to finished coin rings. And I have to get off of here and charge my phone. If you guys want to see more of my work, make sure to hit that follow button. Thanks again for stopping by and watching. I hope you all have a great day. Check out my website, coinringmaker.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye.